Welcome to my 4-minute challenge guide featuring Pantheon, the Artisan of War. Alright, so for runes we'll take 15 AD, 12 armor, and 12 magic resist. The reason we take 15 AD over armor penetration is because Pantheon has one of the highest AD ratios in the game, as his Q does have a 1.4 bonus AD ratio, while his E has a 3.6 AD ratio as well. So I'm going to make use of these bonus AD ratios with the flat AD. Alright, so for items we'll be building Spirit of the Elder Lizard because we are a snowballing champion. And then after we're going to start building our Brutalizer and Hex Drinker, just to utilize this early game damage. And then right after we're going to start building Tinky, as people are going to tend to focus us since we were doing a bit too much damage. So we're going to finish off our tier 2 boots by getting Merc Treads or Ninja Tabby. Start building our Randuin's Omen for those AD carries. Finish off our Black Cleaver and start building Banshee's Veil or finish off our Mauve Mortis. So for Masteries we are going to go 21 and 9 as we are a carry jungler and we're going to have that early game damage. Skill order we're going to max Q as it is one of our main damage tools, and at level 2 we're going to take W as it is better than E since it will reduce damage from a big creep as you do get a block stack and a stun, and also it almost does the same amount of damage as E would do to creeps since E does reduce damage to minions. But second we do max out E, and then last of all we max out W, while taking your ultimate every time you can. So the mindset I have early game with Pantheon is, I'm gonna gank like crazy, since I bring a lot of damage and easy CC to land, and I'm hard to take down / I can do tower dives. There's also the fact that Pantheon's clear speed is one of the worst, and he has one of the highest base movement speeds in the game. Ganking with Pantheon is really simple. All you have to do is throw your spear, land your stun, use your E, then keep throwing your spears and auto attacking, and eventually they'll die. If you have red buff, add an auto attack after you've landed your stun, then use Heartseeker Strike, and then proceed with the chase. Like Elise, Pantheon is very good at tower diving since he can block 2 or more tower shots. So if you see a potential tower dive, you can walk in first, throw your spear, once you've taken the turret shot, use your W to activate your passive again, tank the turret, and let your ally do the rest. Now once you've obtained your ultimate, you should be looking to camp bot lane a lot. Now let's talk about the positioning of your ultimate. It should always be behind your enemy, and not on top of them. This is because once they see your circle, they'll start backing up and trying to retreat to their tower for safety. If the enemy has a dash like Caitlyn or Lucian, you should put your circle a bit more behind than as demonstrated in this clip. Not much people know about this about Pantheon's ultimate, but when you're about to land, you can queue up skills onto an enemy, making your skills get off faster so you can get efficient ganks. If you see the spear coming from the air, that means you did it right. And of course, once you've thrown your spear, you can land your stun. So when positioning your ultimate, always make sure to put it where you think they're going to run. So since I see that Riven and Persona are going to cut him off that way, I know to position my ultimate somewhere where he's going to run through, so I'm going to try and cut him off so he can't get away. So let's talk about team fights with Pantheon. Basically, Pantheon is going to be the initiator in most team fights, as whoever he's going to go on is going to die since his team's going to follow up onto that. But I think the most important part about Pantheon is the positioning of his ultimate. So let's go over that before explaining how to team fight with Pantheon. So whenever I'm about to use my ultimate, I'm going to want to hit as much people as I can with it. Because whoever's in the circle, you know someone's going to die, and the enemy knows that, so what you're going to do is force a flash or force an enemy escape. If you haven't used your ultimate yet, but you want to team fight already, you can use your ultimate to cut people off and net yourself more kills so you can go for more objectives. So my last point on this video will be, what if the enemy initiates on you? This means you probably won't be using your ultimate as you're already in the fight, so what I do is I just try and peel for my carries and just let them do the damage. And so I'm just going to use my E to hit as much people as I can, throw my spear at whoever my team is focusing, and stun whoever my team will focus. Usually this doesn't happen, as Pantheon usually is the initiator of most fights, and you kind of are at a disadvantage since you don't use your ultimate, as it does have high base damage and it allows you to be Diver Pantheon and get in the backline easily. Thank you for watching my 4-minute challenger guide on Pantheon. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Any types of feedback or suggestions on champions is welcome. And also, if you haven't already, go and check out my 4-minute Olaf guide and 4-minute Wukong guide. Eventually, I'll be writing a Pantheon guide, which once I'm done it, I'll put it in the description, so check it out in the near future.